G'day all, how are you? As always, waiting for people to come on and then I'll start going on about what needs to be said. A few things happening, which are good. Um, so yeah, had a good meeting today and had a long talk with quite a few people on the phone today. I was on the phone a lot today and nearly had it taped to my ear, so that was fun. Oh, here we go. Some people turning up. Hi. How are you? Hope you're all having a good day or evening. I know it's a bit late for the Australians. I apologise for that. I've been a very, very busy boy, and that's why it's so late today. But you know, I was told I had to do a live. You know, so quite happy to. Yeah, had a fair bit happening today. A lot of research and things like that. As you can see, Katie has put up a post with the percentages of good accounts and accounts that need a bit of work. Some of those accounts there, it says they're not upgraded. I mean, a lot of them are because you guys have made them to fund later and things like that. And actually, it's really strange because when I was looking in the back end a while ago, I was looking at like the first 50 people that had come in, and I think there was someone at number 15 or something like that who never upgraded. And I'm thinking, oh, you poor sod, you missed out on so much money because you didn't upgrade that .004. I won't say who it is, but you know, I'd be kicking myself now. You know, I suppose at the time you're not sure whether these things will work or not, but I'd be kicking myself now because they'd be up on level 4 already and on their way to level 5. So missed out on a few $1,000 there just for 40, $50. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, and but these things happen. This is what happens when you don't take action. You know, you miss out, and all you guys are here at the beginning, which is really great. So with Katie's update. Yeah, some in there haven't put it in a correct wallet, and which will lead me on to something else I want to talk about. But so, if you're unsure, I think Katie wanted to email those people in particular. I'm not sure, but have a check to make sure it's right. She's put a demonstration of what a Bitcoin address looks like. We have had ones in the past where it's been wallet ID. And I think someone commented in there maybe it should be changed so people know exactly what we wanted, but we wouldn't want your login details for your Bitcoin address for your Bitcoin wallet sort of thing. That'd be a bit strange, but we'll see if we can get that changed. And so we don't have that mistake, but I've had a few people put in there like their home address, which is really cool. It looks funny. There's one in there I think you'll see in the post or something. I think, well, a picture she showed me, there was one for the Disney Street or something like that. I thought, okay, yeah, Walt Disney signed up. That was good. But these mistakes happen. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Bitcoin is very new to people, and so those mistakes will happen. I must admit, when I started doing online banking, I was having trouble working it out, especially if I had to do an international transfer, because then it's a whole different lot of numbers and things like that. So in terms of with Bitcoin, I'll tell you, I'd much rather do Bitcoin than do. I'd rather send like $100 worth of Bitcoin over to the UK to someone rather than trying to do a bank transfer. For one, the bank transfer, you've got to put in there's all sorts of codes, Swift codes and things like that. You usually have to put in, plus they're making sure you got all that right because it could go to the wrong person. And then they hit you, over here it can be between, I think, $20 and $30 just to send some money. So even if I was only sending $50 across the UK, it'd still cost me an extra $20 just to send it. That's how much I love Bitcoin, It seems to, it sort of makes banks look foolish with the amount of charges they charge, considering I was doing some accounts yesterday and it was only like 12 cents to transfer money. So, it makes a big difference, all these charges and things banks like to put on and everything. I mean, I know they've got staff and everything like that, and I get that, but you know, it's still, my God, some of the charges they charge, and someone was comparing our business to a lottery, I think, yesterday, and I'm thinking you got practically no chance of winning the lottery. We have a lottery over here. It's not as big as like in the US and well, the sweepstakes or anything like that, but you know, you can sometimes win $1 million, which is nice. But my father played it for like 30 years or something like that, never won. I think I played it for about 25 years or so, and you know, I won some real minor stuff, but compared to what I spend every week, and people just do it every week, they don't think about it, and they get you by, if you don't get in, that's when your numbers will come up, which isn't true. I mean, it could happen, but that's how they sucker you into doing it every week. And you think about all the money you've spent on tickets and lotteries and things like that over the years, how much money you'd have in your pocket now, just for the chance to win $1 million. And I think the world likes to make slaves of the people, making them do things, you know, by routine and not thinking for themselves, hoping that someone will, you know, dig them out of the hole that they can get in with your life. I know I've dug myself into some holes over the years. I think we all have. We've, you know, financially sometimes, and you know, situation-wise, and but my father always taught me to dig, you know, get myself out, you know, make the climbing footholds and handholds to get out of that pit, and but you know, it's always good to have help from friends, you know, that give you that hand up to get you out, and that's happened to me over the years too. So I appreciate the friends I do have, and that's pretty much what Matrix is right now with Bitcoin Ascension. Is we're all in a bit of a financial hole and a lifestyle hole, and other programs have put us into a deeper hole. So that's why I like what we do here, because we all work together. So you've always got a hand to get out of that hole, and that's what we basically do. So it's a bit of an analogy, I suppose. You know, instead of just being stuck in that pit, you've got, like, you know, 1,000 people sticking their hand down, wanting to get you out of that pit, and that's basically what we're doing here. And because we can't rely on everyone else to do it all for us, so as your government and everything would have you wanting to do, just rely on them. They'll look after you. You know, just do as you're told. Don't think. Thinking's dangerous. But we are thinkers, and that's why we're here. But with Katie's post, sorry, I digress. But with Katie's post, very, very good. Love the stats on it. Thank you, Katie, very, very much. You work very, very hard on that and getting everything sorted. And she'll continue to streamline, knowing her. She's one of the best project managers I've ever seen. She's a very, very focused lady. And she works very, very hard, as do all the admins, but she's working very, very hard, specifically on that. She's not one to go into the chats and things like that. She has a specific job, and she's doing it better than I thought it could be done, so and quickly. So thank you very much for that, Katie. You know, we wouldn't be where we are without our sort of thing in terms of the support and the emails and things like that. And she's working with Jamie. Jamie has limited time that he can help us with the programming and things like that. So, you know, thank you, Jamie, for the time you do give us, you know, because you have a life and you have a job and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm very grateful for the work he does as well to help streamline this program for us. We're doing lots of things. Also, we've got a new admin again, another admin. They say, another admin? Yes, we've got another admin. Her name is Angela Cunningham. Many of you may know her already. I've known Angela for quite a few years now. She was over in Perth. She picked us up from the airport, Tom and I up from the airport. A very, very sweet lady, very intelligent lady. And you know, she showed us around Perth on the first day and everything. And she's an amazing lady. Now, she has a specific job right now as well. She's going to be helping me on the Bitcoin side. She's going to help me research everything there is to know about Bitcoin. And what I want to do is put together a package. Amber's already doing up the you know, good wallets in each country. So thank you for that, Amber. But we're going to take it a step further. We're going to break down Bitcoin down to its bare essentials to make it very, very easy to understand what Bitcoin is, what it does, how to use it. But I want to take it, of course, being me, want to take it one step further in this package, and I'll be able to work it into a seminar as well, just exclusively on what Bitcoin is, because the more people who know what Bitcoin is, the more people will join us, because we're so fabulous. So I want to key as many countries as I can. You know, I'll do it gradually and build it up, but I can release updated information and everything. But I want to target a country, say, I don't know, America, for example. There we go. Best Bitcoin wallets to go with, you know, instructions how to use it, things like that. But I also want to educate people on Bitcoin, also where the Bitcoin telemachines are located, because you usually find that out. Also want to show people what businesses use Bitcoin, like, you know, Starbucks does, and things like that. So you want to find them in that country, what those coffee shops are, or those computer stores, and Steam, I think, on online accepts Bitcoin as well, if you're into gaming and other things they do. But that's what I want to do. So if I do it, say, on the USA, here are the locality guide of all the telemachines that do Bitcoin. Here are all the businesses that I just want people to understand. It's not hard to use Bitcoin and to get used to using Bitcoin. That's how we learn things, by seeing what's available. If we've got all that information in front of us, it's not as scary as what it was when you were first starting. You know, Bitcoin, what's that? So we'll be putting a lot of information together for things like that. I want to do a seminar exclusively on Bitcoin itself. I mean, it'll be from, you know, Bitcoin Ascension doing the seminar, but the seminar will be exclusively on education on what Bitcoin is, so everyone can understand it's not the big scary thing it is. It's actually very, very simple once you get used to it. And if I do a nice seminar like that, then that could be sent out to all over the world, so people can start understanding what Bitcoin is and why it's a good alternative to have that, as well as whatever you're doing. I'm not trying to stop people from doing what they normally do, but this is another good thing to have. So, and it's not as hard as buying gold and diamonds and gems and things like that. It's very, very simple. And so that's what Angela is going to help me be working on. So she'll be working side by side with me, getting that all organised, and very happy to have her aboard. She's a very hard-working lady, and very, very sweet. So so welcome aboard, Angela Cunningham, and you can have fun with us. And I was talking to her today on the phone for about an hour and a half, I think, so of what we wanted, and she can see the vision as clear as day of what we want to do. So we're going to be educating people on Bitcoin, and of course we've got Bitcoin Ascension for them to come into, as a safer way of going with some of those other programs where you're not sure if they're going to hang around or what they do, and they're overly complicated. Ours isn't overly complicated. We'll be streamlining Bitcoin Ascension all the time to make it easier to understand for newbies, you know. So it's easier for you when you're bringing friends in or people who are new to this. It's going to be so easy. It's going to why haven't I done this before? That's how easy I want to make it. But I also want to have things like locality guides and things like that, and show them how to find locality guides in their area. Like on my phone, with my coin jar, I can hit, there's a locality button, and it tells me all the stores around that accept Bitcoin. So show them how to find it and things like that would be great, and just helpful. And I think it'd be really, really good in places like India, where we want to do a huge education on what Bitcoin is over there, and of course Africa as well. A lot of people already use cryptocurrencies over in Africa for various reasons, one being governments and things like that being so corrupt in some of those countries. I mean, you know, no government's squeaky clean, I'm sure, but some take it to the next level, don't they? So yeah, we really want people to understand, you know, how many millionaires and billionaires have come from different countries because of Bitcoin, and we're going to do the exact same thing. They did it, we can do it. So you know, that's exciting for me anyway. So I'm going to be working on that as well. As for other things, still the glitchy thing we're fixing. So that, don't worry, that's on task and all that sort of thing. That's still got to be done. We'll get that all organised, and so people will be getting their money. Coin payments, a few people have been asking me, gee, you know, it's been hours since I put the thing in, it still hasn't gone through. Right now there's a lot of people buying Bitcoin for a start, so that's why Bitcoin's going up. I think it's over $11,000 now, $11,500 or something like that. And so a lot of people are buying Bitcoin. That's why it's going up so much. So the miners will be busy, and it'll take a lot of people get priority done and things like that. So they sort of jump the queue because they pay a higher fee. So coin payments will be looking for, especially with all this buying, coin payments will be looking at extra confirmations to make sure everything's good. This always happens when there's a big sell-off or a big buying. It slows down a lot of processes. A lot of the blockchain gets slowed down a fair bit too for getting confirmation. So don't worry if you've been waiting all day and it's still not there. There's no problem other than it's just running really, really slow. So I get notifications of when coin payments are complete, you know, on my phone when any of you have placed a donation. And yeah, so it's been slower today, not because people haven't been signing up, because they have been. It's just I'll get a batch through sometimes of like 10, and it'll go bling 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 bling, and then nothing for like hours, and then another 10 come through. So that's what they do. They're doing it obviously in batches as they get it done. So it's a bit slow. Don't worry about it. There's no actual problem. So it's just that Bitcoin's going to be very busy for the next few days, I dare say. Coin payments will catch up to whether they put extra staff on or whatever. I don't know how they run that, but they usually ask for extra confirmations. That's why it's taking some time. Just so you know, that's how that's all done. What else are we doing? The gentleman I talked to yesterday, Indian fella that Juliet Carol had brought on board. He was talking about a different area for advertising with video and things like that. You know, that's not YouTube. I think it's called what's it called? Steam It, I think it's called Steam It. I'm terrible with names unless I get used to them. And he was saying how much there were a lot of crypto users over in that area. So we're going to see if we can work with him and get some of the videos, like the prospect call and some of the information videos over to that Steam It area. So we can recruit over there as well. He's a very intelligent man, and I'm hoping he can fix that all up for us. So we can keep bringing lots more people in, of course. I think anyone who's really into the crypto coins and Bitcoin in particular would love this opportunity, because it's not complicated. It's very, very simple. So yes, anything else? I've got a few things to do. I've got some accounts to fix up, and I've got to make a few more payments for Nimi, who sent me money and it sort of depleted my Bitcoin. Thank you, Nimi. But it'll build up again. Especially once I do the force throughs, you know, I'll go up to level 5 and I'll have some cash in my Bitcoin, which is really, really good. And the level 4 people that we're going to be forcing up, they'll probably be happy with the payout now than they would have like 4 weeks ago anyway, because it was really, really low. So, it'll be a nicer surprise for them now than when it was down at like 6,000 or 5,000 for a Bitcoin, and now it's like 11.5. So we should get those force throughs done probably another 24 hours or so, and everyone will be going, yay, we got money, and they'll want to buy their accounts like they wanted to. So yeah, I can't wait till I get that all cleared up, and then I'll be following it very, very closely. I may even get some people to specifically follow that. If it happens again, we can jump on it like straight away that day, get a force through, bang, done. And that way there's no waiting. Unfortunately, with all programs, there's always little glitchy things in it that really can't be solved with a bit of recoding or anything. This particular one's like that, but you know, we keep an eye on it. We know what we can do to make it work, so that's okay. We're not destroying anything or manipulating anything really. We're just forcing the upgrade instead of it jumping around like it does sometimes. So that's no problem there. So all your level 3 people going to level 3 up to level 4, you're all going to get paid out in the next day or so. So yay, we got it done. And I'm glad that I can. I said I'd get it fixed. You know, well, not me personally, but you know, it would be fixed. And to find out that you know it has been, I feel like I've kept my end of the bargain up. I don't like making false promises or anything like that, but I'm just happy. I say I'm going to do something, and even though I'm not personally doing it, thank you, Jamie and Asif, because they're the programmers who were looking into it, and they found the problem and looking at it and fixing it. But I'm just very happy that I can come with you with the good news sort of thing, instead of saying, well, it didn't work out, guys, sorry, maybe next time we'll close it down and go somewhere else. We're not doing that. You know, we get these problems, you know, we've been attacked, hackers. I've got bad press about me. Someone came to me, they said some bad, apparently I was an admin in a Facebook group of a failed business. Really? How many, put up your hands, how many people have done that? Or he was in that other failed business. I was like, you know, just in it. You know, and this is the dirt they've got on me. And I'm thinking, seriously? That's dirt? I'm the cleanest dirty man in the world then. You know, put up your hand how many people were in a failed business venture. I don't know how they're blaming me for that, so that was hilarious. It's like, you're trying to find dirt on someone, you know, he scammed this person. They couldn't even say that, because I never have, you know, it's just that I was in a Facebook group and they made me admin, like I had with several of you here, and apparently that's a bad thing. You know, and that particular business, I didn't make a cent in, to be honest. It collapsed pretty quickly. I was just in there welcoming people. Hey, welcome to this. Look here, read the pin post, you know, what the admins do. And that's all I was doing. I didn't know anything about the business, to be honest. They liked me because of my admin skills and my people skills. And they asked me to do it. I said, yeah, sure, that's fine. And I'd put my money in, but I didn't make any money out of it. But I don't see how that sees me as a big fraudulent scammer or anything like that, because otherwise, but that means we all are. You know, we've all been in those sort of businesses. Excuse me. So I thought that was pretty funny. If that's the only dirt they got on me, I'm pretty clean then, you know. So so that sort of thing doesn't faze me. I don't go looking for things like that, because the more you look for things like that, you go to these people's sites where they do, you know, this guy's a scam artist or something like that. Every time you click on their link, they're getting paid. That's why they do this. They put the negative stuff there so people go looking, because people inherently are negative in terms of fear of failing, and it's a defensive mechanism of the brain to make sure you don't get hurt. And so that's why the news put on a lot of negative news articles before, and they give you a 30-second happy piece, you know, of a little bunny rabbit or something like that wearing a sombrero. So, and that's how they do it, and they leave you with something funny at the end. But it's all bad news, because that's what you've been trained to believe. It's like competing instead of collaborating. That's what you're raised to do. You're raised up. I think the first word you probably hear all the time is no. You know, no, don't do that. You know, I mean, it's a rough life. You get born, and some guy in a mask slaps you on the backside for a start. Being born, you know, you start off rough in the world. So, but that's our defensive mechanism. So we're always looking for something negative, just to as a defensive mechanism. So don't be worried. Please don't go looking, not because I don't want you to read about me, because it's pretty boring, but because those people get paid. If you click on their site, they get paid. And so that's why I say don't go look at it. Why should we pay an idiot for... I could put up a harsher blog about, about him, to be honest. So, you know, maybe I should get paid. Yeah, maybe I should put up a blog. No. I don't play that way, but yeah, considering there's nothing bad about me, I'm not actually too phased. So, yeah, but I thought I'd let you know, as I said, transparency and all that. But tell you what I find out about myself. I shouldn't have been an admin in a Facebook group, and I shouldn't have gone into any other online programs. Gee, I'm a crooked fella. That's how funny it is to me, anyway. I'm not phased. You know, a few people will believe it, as they do about every program. I mean, how many negative people have we had? We've only had a few, mind you. We've actually been really lucky. But I think Elaine put up a post with a guy trying to pose as one of the admin, saying, oh, for $200 I'll get you into this sort of thing, and I'll switch you out, and just lying to us. And so, yeah. It's like when I look at the posts that are coming in the back office, and binary options, I never let them in, binary option people. And I'm looking at their Facebook profile, and 90% of these binary option guys that come in, you know, on their Facebook, they all come from like Houston or Dallas, Texas. They're not really from there. What it usually is a bot that creates all these Facebook profiles, you know. And so, but for some reason, it could be because of the VPN they're using is set in that part of the US or something, so you can't trace who they really are. And yeah, so it picks on Dallas and Houston, Texas. So there's a lot of them from Texas, but they're not really from there. They could be from any country, and they're not real people. So, but a lot of we get a lot of those. And I'll just, if I see it from Texas, I usually have a closer look. Yep, binary options. Yeah, don't do that because it's not real. I'm sure there might be some programs like that that are real, but these guys aren't real. So, of course, I'm not going to let them in. And a few sneak in because if it's not on their bio, I don't know. And the amount of ads I delete. Binary options is the way to go. It's incredible, really is. But you can also tell when you're talking to someone's talking to you, and they seem to be like your regular Caucasian sort of guy, like a John Smith is their name. Just look at their sentence structure when they're talking to you, and you can tell that it's English is like their second language, or it's been done through Google Translate. You can tell by the way they talk to you, and I find that really, I find it entertaining actually. When people try that on me, I thought, yeah, I'm not as dumb as you think. I'm not as dumb as I look anyway, so which is a good thing. But okay, I'll let you all go now. I'll try and keep it under an hour. Okay, but yep. As a recap, read Katie's post, please. If you're unsure, go into your back office and have a look. Support's there to support you, and they've been very busy and they've been doing a fantastic job. So thank you to the girls doing the support. Juliet will probably be onto you about juicing. Get in there. She's going to do a video herself on how to juice a post. What we mean by juicing. For Facebook blitzing and things like that. She's going to do a video on that, on exactly how to do it and what to do, so you guys are more clear. So that's a good thing. Thank you, Juliet. And that's what I love about my admin. They do these things off their own bat. They come up with these things to help, and then they run it by me, and off they go. Usually they run it by me. Sometimes they jump ahead and just go there and do it, but because they're that eager to have this succeed. So I love my admin, and again, welcome Angela Cunningham. She's going to be helping me a lot, which is going to be helping you guys a lot in getting people to understand what Bitcoin is. Because once we put together a nice little seminar thing I can do on a Zoom call, and then everyone can use it, and if someone says, oh, what's Bitcoin, you can give them that, because it's going to tell them everything they need to know. So, and that'll be great. And once they're cool with that sort of thing, then they're going to listen to us about Bitcoin Ascension as well. So I think we really need to educate the world all the way through, from start to finish, and we're going to help a lot of people that way. So that's what gets me excited anyway. So I think that's about it. Dun dun dun. I think that's the end of it. Okay, love yous all as I always do, and I'll be back tomorrow, probably a little earlier. Sorry it was so late this time. And I will get back to you tomorrow with another live update. Hopefully on what we're doing with the forced upgrades and things like that. Hopefully that'll be resolved with the list, because we have to compile the whole list. Otherwise we don't want to miss anyone. So we're checking our list twice. We might send it to Santa to have a look, because he seems to know how to do that. And we'll get it all done, and everyone will be happy. And when you are put through the force upgrades, you guys in the level 4, like I think it's 25, 26, 27, I think there's in the 30s and a couple in the 40s. If you could post that you got paid, upgraded please in the Facebook group, so people know it's being done as well. I mean, it should come up on the board as well, but in case it doesn't, I want people to know that it's being done, because again, transparency, guys. I want you guys to trust me and Bitcoin Ascension, and so the only way I can do that is by showing you what's being done. So I don't know if other programs do it that way. I've never been in a program where they are trying to be so open. So I'm trying to do it that way. So I'm doing the best I can, because I have no experience with other companies that do it that way. So, but we do, because we're awesome. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.